Welcome on back to this old construction project here in beautiful Iceland, aka Builder Simulator here on Simulated Mind. So we are still working on what seems to be the second floor here. Now I realized after constantly stacking these bricks up that we don't need all of this, so we're going to tear these down. Let's see here, it should be, there we go. They dismantle very dramatically, but, you know, weirdly satisfying. And then they just disappear. But yeah, I figured I'd show this off too, because, yeah, just interesting, different. And we, of course, get these all back, if you will. You know, it's not like, oh, they're torn down, we have to buy them or something like that. At least from what I can tell. Alright, so let's go ahead and pour some more mortar here. Maybe? There we go. But hopefully you all are doing well. Hopefully you had a fantastic July the 4th if you're in the US. And my July 4th was pretty chill. We really didn't have the best of weather, but it was nice either way just to kind of hang out with my partner's family. Good to have our youngest dog running around with our 5-year-old and them just having fun together. Had some delicious food and yeah, good time, just kind of hung out. Nice when things aren't too hectic and dramatic, you know. But hopefully y'all had a good time. Enjoyed some fireworks, if anything. I remember when I lived in Massachusetts, there were just huge parades for the 4th and lots of fireworks there too. When I lived in Michigan, man, the fireworks. Because people would go down to Indiana where all the fireworks were legal, or at least most kinds were. So people would drive down, sometimes for hours, just to get a ton of fireworks and bring them back up to Michigan. They did the same thing with cigarettes, actually, because of the tax and stuff, which was pretty wild. Honestly, if it was just me, I would just be like, you know what, I'm good. I don't need either. It is fun to shoot off fireworks, though, but yeah, you can get seriously injured. Roman candles can fire off in the incorrect direction, and suddenly you're getting hit in the face, and it can be a pretty scary thing. You're in a dry area, and something just catches on fire. It's like, the time is supposed to be lighthearted and fun, but you do have to have a certain amount of awareness when it comes to fireworks, though. Oop, and there we went. Just like you should have awareness of holes. Cool, alright, so now we're seeing that the lintels are forming, so we can start putting those up. Not to be confused with lentils. Very different. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to have scaffolding up here as well. So let's... Okay, oh, maybe we can't put it up here? No, it doesn't look like it, but we can stack it, though. But yeah, we can actually put it up here. That's cool that you can stack, though. That's nice. And that's the way it should be, but... Again, because it's a video game, you never know. How do we want to go about this? You can't climb up here. Well, I tried. Hold on. Ugh. You didn't know this game was also going to be a puzzle game, huh? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. I can get up here. Now we can't, even though we could stack them, you can't climb here. Well, hold on. I think I know why. Maybe. Okay, now we should be able to climb up it. Legit is a puzzle game at this point. There we go, because now we have a floor to actually stand on. Perfect. Minigame. Let's go. What is nice is you don't have to keep going back to the wheelbarrow. Basically, your trowel just sort of magically takes it, you know? So for ease, that's actually really nice. Can't complain with that. Oh, yep, that's what I want. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure how much more we have here. I know we're 71% through, but kind of intrigued to see where this all ends. We need now. Did the water. Oh, cement. That's right. For a second, I was thinking concrete, which where you would actually have to pull the gravel as well. I was like, no, 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 not for this. Hit that beautiful button. This is definitely the longest contract we've had to do so far. There we go. I do kind of wish there was a little more variety, but, you know, with building, it does take time. And a lot of times it's repetition of the same thing over and over again. So from here, can we platform? Oh, just missed it. I was thinking, like, oh, I can maybe get tricky here. And just kind of platform and then walk around. But luckily, I can still reach, so I'll take it. Okay, a few more to go here. We should have enough for this. Okay, I say that, and it's like, well, never mind. Well, let's go ahead and drop off the bricks that we can. Oh, and we're still going. Gotta reach. Stretch. There we go. Can you imagine jumping while trying to place these? It's like the worst thing you could do. Yeah, we're gonna still need a lot more. So let's go ahead and purchase 300? See what happens? Alright, I'm gonna start mixing again, and I'll be right back in just a moment. And as you can see, platforming achieved. And we're really starting to progress here. Getting things higher up, we're gonna have to put in more ceiling plates now. Still have several bricks to lay, though, here. There we go. So we need more lintels there. Actually, let's get our trowel out. Let's see how many more of these we can do. Without falling. No one show this to OSHA. Thanks. Of course. Yeah, I actually just got an achievement, too, that said made mortar or concrete for 10 times. I'm like, yeah. Definitely been doing that for this specific contract. Alright, we'll pop that there. Get these laid. There we go. And hey, we still have some of these plates. So we can get this up. We're definitely going to need more, though. Literally raising the roof right before your eyes. Look at that. Ugh, okay. Luckily, we still have some in here, so pour once, pour twice. That's 100% right there. Let's go! Wahoo! Yeah, very chill game. Very, very chill vibes. With the music and the wind, you know, just the environment around you. I can see how you can easily just sort of zone out. Ah! We're fine. Everything's fine. Luckily, we have hops. There we go. Look at that. There we go. Smack that on. There we go. Okay, cool. So this wall is now done. That's all complete. It's just wrapping this bit up over here. Without falling. You can make no promises, though. Nice. Yeah, I will say, I've always loved building in games. Like, even crafting survival games. Whether it was, like, Conan Exiles, or 7 Days to Die, or what have you. I've always appreciated it. No matter how absurd, you know. So it is cool to continue to sort of use those skills I've learned in other games. And there we go. So it looks like this has at least one more layer to go. But this side should be all set, right? Yeah, okay. Trowel. Hopefully we can get lucky and do all of these without having to mix again. Oh, nope. Yep, we have to. Dang it. As soon as I said that. You know what? Actually, while we're here, we need ceiling plates. You know, interestingly enough, thinking about, like, building games, Terraria, that was a fun one. Such a good game. I mean, still is a good game. My partner and I actually played through it and completed every single boss and everything. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Very good co-op game. You could definitely do it solo, but just very fun to have another person to play with for that game. Might actually have to play it again. Go through that run again. Whenever so they have a board game, by the way, Terraria, which I think is awesome. And they also came out with a bunch of vinyl figures. So they have Steve, they have... Is it Steve? I know there's Minecraft Steve as well, but I think it's... I'm trying to remember the guy you first talk with. But they have a vinyl for him, they have a vinyl for the Eye of Cthulhu, which I actually got. I pre-ordered and got that, plus a golden rabbit, and I think that was it. Thought I got another one, but I can't remember now. I have to actually check my collection. But they were pretty cool. They have a huge glow-in-the-dark one for the Moon Boss. And I'm blanking on his name, too. The Moon Lord or whatever. It looks so cool. One of these days, I will have to get it. Because it looks so neat. And Terraria is actually doing a collaboration with Palworld right now. So some of the enemies from Terraria, like the Eye of Cthulhu, are in Palworld. And I'm not exactly sure on Terraria, concerning like what from Palworld is there, but I'll have to actually check that out, because I don't really know. But yeah, they have like a comic book series or graphic novel series or what have you for Terraria as well. They've done a lot with the IP. It's been really neat to see. So we do need more ceiling plate. 1, 2.
Great!
There we go.
This level of the house is ready for further work. But that's not what we're hired for. I bet they will love every inch of it. The walls are straight and the ceiling blocks are in place. Good job! Yeehaw!
Nice. Completed your 4th contract. Okay, so game mode, contracts. What else do we want to do? American Suburb, 16 by 16, paint all walls and ceilings. That we can do. The Heroes Company finally had to do its civic duty and pay the back taxes. Unfortunately, after paying all the fees, there's not much money left in the player's account. What? At the same time, Bill found another customer. The order is not large. The hero will have to repaint the wall. Okay. So I guess we're the hero / player. And they're kind of breaking the 4th wall in the description. So it's just like, wait, what? So we're painting. Let's do it.
This is horrible, buddy! I didn't know the tax system could be so ruthless. They took nearly all our money. If they could, they would probably have taken my wires, too. By the way, they're really expensive, so you better treat me well. Anyway, we have a job to do. Our client needs to repaint the walls. I thought this would be an easy task. But yeah, you'll have to take some easy jobs to get some money back.
Nice layout. Once again with the environment. Very, very cool. Now, this building is one that we have seen a few times now. Yeah, it seems like the contracts are probably setting you up so you can do like the sandbox and stuff. Yeah, we're seeing the same layout, except for now the sections are walled off, which is really weird. Huh, okay. So, paint the walls and ceiling. Paint all interior walls and ceilings using paint roller. I guess they don't care what color, so... Perfect. Oh, interesting. So we can do paints, materials, which looks like wallpaper, and then tiles. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That is very interesting. So let's do that. Go through the different colors here. Sure, yellow, because why not? If you hate yellow, I apologize. Now, painting is actually pretty nice because you can mark the whole wall and then just go to town. Wow, this does not look like the same color that I chose. Oh boy. Okay, well, I don't have to live with it, so it's fine. Actually looks more greenish, which is really weird. The speckling is very interesting. Yeah, you can do sort of tile by tile, section by section if you want. Or you can just say select the whole thing. Yeah, the painting is a bit different from other games, but I don't hate it, actually. It's pretty interesting. Okay, cool. That's all set. Awesome. All right. So now it's just the ceiling in this room. Then we got to go to the other two sections. What kind of paint do we want now? Oh, actually, that's right. Paint. I'm so used to doing paint from a shop in these types of games. Go. Get color. You know what? White's fine. Solid white on the top. Nice. Nice and quick. All right. I don't know if what would you make this into? Like an office building? You definitely couldn't do like a townhouse or anything. Because of how it's sectioned off, it's just too weird. Too awkward. Let's see. So back to the roller. Place the paint. Color. Yeah, let's just do the ceiling real quick. We'll get that done. Oh, that's right. Hole. You've painted the walls 100 times. I'm pretty good at it. After 100 times, you'd hope. I have had to paint my share of walls, though, that's for sure. There was one time, actually, where a cousin had a house fire, and he was badly injured, and his wife, unfortunately, didn't make it. And they had a very young daughter, and so she needed to live somewhere while my cousin, her father, had to be at the hospital. So she stayed with my aunt, and I remember just having to like figure out what to do with one of their rooms. So my uncle was a big Elvis fan, and so he had a big Elvis collection room that they wanted to then turn into a bedroom for her, so she had her own space until things could be figured out. And so we worked on that room for quite a while, trying to paint it and get it all ready for her. So I think we did the ceiling. Then did we do the walls? I actually blanked for a second on that. I had a moment. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's do a blue. Yeah, it was a pretty rough situation. We were trying to help as much as possible. Yeah, we were working on that for a whole day, trying to paint that room and get it ready. And my mom was actually a social worker. And especially in the state of Michigan, they didn't really pay social workers well. They didn't really... Oh, did I changed the color. Oh, well, it's an accent. It's an accent wall now. It's fine. We're going with it. I don't know how that happened, but... Okay. That was weird. And my mom did a lot of work to try to help out the folks at this specific home. And so one of the things she did was like, well, the place needed to be repainted. The paint was coming off the walls and stuff. The house wasn't really well maintained. The owner had eventually passed away, and the sun kind of took it over, but he didn't do a very good job with it. And so yeah, we ended up scraping off a bunch of old paint, trying to paint that for hours on end as well. You know what? Let's go with green. We'll get all the colors in here. Do a darker green, though. Yeah, not exactly amazing with a paintbrush. I'm not as steady as I would like to be, but, you know, painting walls, I can definitely do that. It actually amazes me how terrible some people are, and I think some of it is also just them being quick and cheap, but trying, you know, just how terrible they are at painting walls. You know, you go into like a rental or something like that, and the number of companies that are called in to repaint the place, and they just splatter paint everywhere. Drives me nuts. I'm like, you're getting paid for this. What the heck, man? Like, try to at least try, you know? Okay, I selected white. It's coming out purple. You know what? Whatever.
We did it!
That's fine. We're getting paid. I'm out.
The client is happy with the final results.
Good.
He even promised to give us a little bonus. He better does, because we're nearly broke. Yeehaw!
Of course, then you get those rentals, by the way, that you're just like, why did you paint over everything? Like, it felt like instead of wanting to clean the place, they just took a bunch of white paint and were just like, we're painting everything. So everything was just doused in it, even the cabinets in the kitchen and everything else. And you're like, yeah, this is totally clean. Uh-huh, yeah. See, so now we're on a tropical island. Put in flooring throughout the building. That we can do.
Hi, buddy! Are you feeling good? Because I'm feeling great! Why? We have a new job!
Pretty nice looking house.
This is a new chance to prove we're the best in this business. Our new client really needs our help. His house is perfectly built from the outside.
Holy crap, so
But
many
from the
doors.
Inside, yeah, it isn't good. Our client ripped apart the whole floor and wants to remake it. Did I mention this job is on a tropical island? Oh, cool!
I mean, that is a cool part. Being able to travel, that'd be awesome. Oh, look at this. Okay, so it looks like we have like what would be a patio eventually. Totally not safe right now. So you can make this into a bedroom or a bathroom. Then this could be just like a little loft area. Turn it into like a reading room or a living room just on the second floor. This also could be either a living room or a little lounge reading area. Bedroom. I mean, a lot of these rooms could just be bedrooms, but you probably could turn this into the bathroom. A couple different options. Or like a bedroom and then a master bathroom. Nice high ceilings. Okay, so for flooring. Insert all the flooring in your home using floor template. Don't forget about the terrace on the first floor of the building. You can put floor even through the window. Okay, then. Here we go. So we can either do wooden, tiles, carpets, concrete. So many people nowadays want wood. Even though you can scratch it, you have to be careful with it still. But it's just so much easier to clean. You're not having to deal with all like the microorganisms and all the dust and like pet fur and dander that can collect in the fibers of a carpet. Ooh, that looks nice. Let's do that. Because why not? Boom. I love how you can select to like how much coverage you want. It's really nice to have those options.
Partner. you don't have to make fun of me. What matters now is the fact that we pleased our client. He said he really likes the way you finished up the flooring. Weird compliment, but okay. We deserve a cold glass of cola. Don't forget to buy me one, buddy. Yeehaw!
Completed your 6th contract. All right. That was very simple. Game mode, contracts. What do we got now? Italian town. Jeez, we're just going all over the world for the simplest of things sometimes. 7x7. Okay. Bearing walls, doors, and windows, and roof. Smaller space, but a lot more work to do. Okay. Client is looking for a company to put up a small outbuilding according to the plan provided. The client has already managed to finish the screed, but decided he should have the rest done by professionals. Here we go.
Buddy, have you ever dreamt of building something on your own? Now, you have the chance. Our new client wants a construction built from scratch. Not exactly from scratch. The foundation and concrete screed is already laid. However, you need to make the rest. You should be pretty excited, right? Then we should hurry up.
Holy crap. Look at this map. Look at where you can actually travel to. We're literally just building something like right there, but look at all this. You just run through. There really should be like Easter eggs or things to collect. With the size of the map, it feels like that would just be the way to go. Wow. All right. All the stuff we're not interacting with, but it looks neat. Oh yeah, we're still going. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're running away. We're moving here. Oh, yep, we're still going. Still going. We're just gonna go to the next town over. Oh, nope. Okay, there we go. There's the wall. Wow, look at this. What a cool entryway, too. That's so neat. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there is actually a part of my family that was Italian. They were from Sicily as well as northern Italy. And the two families came together through marriage and eventually traveled and expanded out and eventually came over to the U.S. I used to have a great aunt, actually, that I visited. And she actually was Italian and spoke Italian. But, yeah, a lot of the kids afterward really never learned it. And actually, I think it actually started with her and any siblings, where they were like, okay, we're gonna, now that we're in the U.S., like we're gonna kind of alter our name so it sounds less foreign or exotic, and then we're gonna stop speaking Italian. And it was just really interesting to learn about that, sort of what people went through. Okay, so for this, we need create the mortar and apply it on the trowel. Hollow blocks, okay, lintels and a ceiling. Let's go ahead and go to... I don't remember everything we need to do. Yeah, so we need hollow blocks. We need lintels. I don't know how much, but we'll do that. Eventually a roof. Do we need the insulation? Just the mortar, right? Yeah, I think it's just the mortar. Insulation, I think, is just for the when we do load-bearing walls. Oh, actually. Except for mortar? Yeah, okay. Totally not a builder, so this is all very new to me. But it's fun to learn. Like, I've always been a person who's always been very adamant about learning and trying out new things and trying to take the time to have new experiences and stuff. If anything, at least you can find, hundreds of things that you don't like, which at least you've said that you can say that you've tried, and you can find the few core things that you absolutely love. Some people spend their lifetime trying to figure out, what they love, or spend a lifetime missing out on so much. So I've never wanted to be one of those people in a way, just try to learn as much as possible and see what speaks to me. Then again, I've also been a person that has held many different jobs from so many different industries. But it's been really interesting. It's been a really cool learning process. And if anything, it's just part of the human experience. Actually, one of my favorite playwrights was interviewed, and they asked him, they were like, well, you've had a lot of very different jobs, including, like, being a mail delivery person and everything else. And they're like, has that impacted you in a positive way, in a negative way? Like, and why such varying jobs? And he's like, well, you need to survive, and you find what you can, especially with what works with what you're trying to do in your life, which he's like, for me, it's writing, but that doesn't always pay well. And especially when you're up and coming as a writer and playwright, you've got to do something to survive. And he's like, I really appreciate my experiences because he's like, I'm supposed to create characters. I'm supposed to create life on stage. And how am I supposed to do that if I haven't really experienced life? And that always just resonated with me. Always just really appreciated that. Oh, nope, that's wrong. And for me, in college, I was a theater kid. I had degrees in both theater and communications as well as in business, with a focus on marketing. But the whole theater aspect, even business aspect, it's like, yeah, it's important to understand people. That's who you're trying to connect with the most. There we go. Yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of mortar creation in our future here. I am glad they have that mini game. That is at least nice when it comes to like covering multiple bricks. Actually, what is the automatic thing? We set automatic on. Oh, it just does it automatically for us. It does do that. Okay. Yep, we're running auto. That is a beautiful time saver. Okay, yeah, so we're going to do auto from here on out. I think we've put in our time. Ooh, come on. Well, I don't really need to grab it and move it. Spank it on there. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to buy a lot more of these. $400? See how it goes. Oh, nice. That is so nice. Yeah, so the minigame plus the auto for the mixer. Beautiful. I completely forgot about the auto. Place 1,000 hollowed bricks. Yeah, between this contract and the previous one in Iceland, yeah. I could see how we got that. Okay. And trowel. Yeah, I think they actually have some pretty good quality of life elements in here for sure. Definitely appreciate what I'm seeing, and I'm not having a ton of issues or anything. I don't think I've had any tech issues, to be honest with you. Maybe a little bit of confusion on like, okay, what's my next step? What am I doing again? I will say, if I didn't do the tutorial, I probably would be a lot more lost. So I would definitely recommend doing the tutorial before doing this, and you go into it one after the other. So it does flow fairly well and go by pretty quickly. But overall, I think just for the sake of your sanity, it definitely helps. There we go. All right. Let's do... Oh, actually, hold on. Let's do auto. Beautiful. Favorite thing in the world right now. Okay, yeah, so it looks like when you do the mini game, it only does a straight line. It won't, like, go around a corner or anything like that. It'll only do the same level as well. Like, if I had mortar here, or a spot where I have to put mortar here, it wouldn't put it there. But all that, though, we're good. Want to make sure that we don't keep having that go, because we'll be losing money otherwise. Okay. We're getting there. In beautiful Italy. I can only imagine how much money you would actually have to charge if you had to travel. Like, oh yeah, I go internationally and build stuff. I did a shed. That was one expensive shed. Yeah, it was. I do love the opportunity to travel, though. I actually miss doing it now. When I was in college, I took the opportunity to travel to Cairo. And on the way there, we also stopped in Istanbul, Turkey. And that was such an amazing experience. And I look back at it and I still appreciate the heck out of it, and the fact that I was even able to do it. But the international travel really helped me better understand things. Yeah, it was super nice, and Istanbul was beautiful. People were super nice. Many thought I was a basketball player because I'm 6'4". Like, are you an athlete or something? Because, you know, I stand out. I'm a tall white guy, so. Definitely don't look like I just lived there. And I did see some people taking photos of me, because they're like, I don't know, but take a photo just in case there's somebody, you know? which was pretty funny. But yeah, it was cool going to Istanbul, going to Cairo, Alexandria, Siwa Oasis. Some really neat places. Alexandria was absolutely beautiful. Very Mediterranean feeling. It definitely felt like parts of it were actually Italian in a way. Because there are just so many influences. With it being a port city. Okay, so this is where the lintel goes. There we go. It was also really interesting to see Roman art, but with a heavy influence from Egyptian art. Because you had these like big marble statues of pretty much like Roman bodies, but they had like Egyptian style godheads and stuff, like Horus and all that, like, you know, Anubis. It was very interesting. But then again, the Romans borrowed from just about everyone and anyone, especially the Greeks. So. Oh wait, hold on. Auto. There we go. Yeah. Boom. Love it. One of the neat things is the games that I work on for my day job is really neat because it utilizes history and mythology and just so many neat things that I've always found interesting. So I feel very fortunate. It's vastly different from acting, and I still do love acting. I'm just in an area where it's not very prevalent, and in some respects, I'm kind of tired of the rat race. Trying to be something that other people want me to be in order to fit a certain look or vibe, and it just gets really exhausting, honestly. And I feel like with acting too, like no matter who you are, you're constantly looking for work, and you're constantly never able to enjoy what you have because it's always about, okay, the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, just because of how the industry is. Even with the union, it's still very much like that. It's just, you know, so, you know, 1 minute you're in, the next minute, nope, someone else. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of nice to take a break from that. Even though it's like I love acting, it's just the business of acting, or how the business is currently in this day and age. Because I've done commercials, TV, film, and I'm just to the point where it's like, as much as I love creating characters, most of the job is really just me trying to get the job. So it's nice to have some consistency and still be in something that involves entertainment, like video games, and telling a story, and there's acting involved in there too. Voice acting, mocap, and everything else. There we go. I still do auditions and stuff like that. It's mostly like random commercial work. But yeah, a lot of the opportunities are few and far between, and it is what it is. But I still really enjoy what I do otherwise. Let's see. Let's put this here. We can just kind of platform around from there. Yeah, acting has got me to travel. Video games has gotten me to connect to some really talented people who create really cool things, you know? Experiences. Hopefully it gets me to travel, too. My supervisor, like the head of our department, she gets to travel a lot for all the different showcases and stuff like that. And it's like, oh man, I'd love to do that. Go to France, go to Spain and everything like that, especially for any like esports stuff and what have you too. So maybe one day. I keep saying, I'm like, well, you know, because I'm a community manager and I focus in on social media, so it's just like I can capture all the stuff we would need to share, you know. I can be there. You let me know. I'll take yoga and you can squeeze me into a suitcase. Oh, there we go. Cool. So now we're to ceiling panels. Huh. There we go. All right. So, hand, tablet, or ceiling plates, I should say. I don't think we need 10 though. Let's see. Let's do 4 for now and see what happens. 2, 3. Okay, we need 2 more. So 6 total. All right, now time for doors and windows. And simple enough. Window there. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Sure, that works. Yeah, one thing that I think is really neat is I love the fact they have interior design in the game, but if that's not really your thing, you don't have to do it. I think that's really, really, really nice. But if it is your thing, you have the ability to do it, which is cool. I've known several people who love playing RPGs, but they actually love like the RPGs or like the MMORPGs where you end up building your own like space, your own house or headquarters or whatever it may be. They absolutely love that and all the designing you can do. Like you can do a ton of it in ESO. And ESO, of course, loves putting out all those cosmetics and cosmetic packs that you can buy, but unfortunately their systems that are in place aren't the best. It's like they don't really support a robust system, but yet they love selling the stuff because it makes them money. It's like, well, you gotta support the community though too, you know? Like, give that community something to enjoy as well, not just selling them stuff. But like how they interact with that stuff, where they can place it and everything else, how they place it. Like, that all matters too. You can't forget that. Okay, so roof blueprint. So far I haven't seen any other roofs besides the hip roof, so just seems to be the one thus far. Sure, let's make it super tall. Because we can. Buy 20 of those. Roof tiles, let's do 20 as well. We'll see how far we can get. Luckily, it's only a tablet away. So. And up there. There we go. Oh, of course, one short. Ah, so close. There we go. All right. scaling this roof like a mountain goat. Look at us go. Bah. I guess bah is sheep. What noise does a goat make? I actually have no idea. Almost done.
Okay, I'll say this, but only this time. You made it! To tell the truth, I was skeptical at first, but it turns out you finished the task.
Looks like a
I'm
gnome
really
home.
impressed, and
Look
so
at
is our client. Good job! Yeah!
All right, so in the next episode, what we'll be jumping into is, let's see, game mode, contracts. Next contract is a 30 by 30 back in the Icelandic Highlands. Insulation of the building, plaster the outside of the building, paint all interior walls, put in the floor. A windstorm has damaged the client's house, so he is looking for a construction company that can repair the damage and finish the building. The client contacted the hero's company to hire him. Well, yeah, you'd hope. Bill accepted the order and set out to help. All right. Contract 8. Now, how many contracts do we have? Let's see. This is 8. And then, so this is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so 18. 18 total contracts to be continued. Stay tuned. Something awesome is coming. I wonder how long that said that, though. But okay, and we have also the interior designer to check out, sandbox, and the planner. Well, thank you very much for joining me for episode 2 of Builder Simulator here on Simulated Mind. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe for free. That way you can check out all the other videos I have on the channel and be notified when new episodes go live. And also feel free to comment. What are some of your favorite builder games? Which ones would you love for me to jump into and see someone else play? Let me know as well, because I would love to try out some new ones. But take care of yourselves and each other, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.